Hey, it's Randy. I recently brought home a few frames to work with from the Midwest Bicycle Swap, and I thought I'd put one of them together today or over the next couple days. Build us another sort of a rat bike. So as a base for this build, I'm going to use this Univega frame and fork. It's a Rover 5. And what I didn't notice until just a minute ago was that it has no brake mounts for cantilever V-brakes or whatever, so I'd have to use a caliper brake. But I'm not sure if I have any caliper brakes that'll work, so I'll have to check that out first. Let's see what we got. Okay, that will probably work. See if we can find another one. I've narrowed it down to these brakes. So the mate to this is on another bike. I could pull it off that bike and have a matching set on this one, but I don't think I want to do that. This is a Lee Chi brake, kind of an unusual brake. I got this Schwinn approved, but there's no mate to it. Likewise, well, I guess there's no mate to any of these. Well, this one I have the mate to, but it's on another bike, and I decided I don't want to take it off. I think we'll just see about using this one, and it's close enough. They're both chrome. See if I got the parts to put this one back together. Okay, in the process of trying to fit the brakes on there, just realized what I think is just the drop out of this fork's bent, so I'm trying to tweak it back in place. Something still doesn't look right with that. I guess I'll just have to take the fork off where I can get a better look at it. Okay, that's more effort than I want to put into it to get this fork straight, and the odds are I won't get it straight anyway, so plan B. I've got a couple forks that will work. I think I'll go with the black one because it looks better. I could go try and find some paint to match this and paint this fork, but I'm too lazy to go get the paint. So I think we'll go with this one, but in the process of finding these forks, this one had a brake that'll work. So we'll pull this brake off this fork, put it on this fork. Now the question is, am I going to have any spacers to fill up? Okay, well now we have another dilemma. How to fill that up? Okay, I couldn't find enough spacers, and I really don't want to cut this steer tube off. This fork has a little bit shorter steer tube, so we're going to put it on there for now and paint it later, maybe. I've got a mismatched set of aluminum wheels we can put on here. Now for the tires. Okay. Which, that's so-so. I'll either paint the fork to match the bike or paint the fork black. So taking that into consideration. I want to see what looks good with the yellow. That's okay. Not a big fan. Okay, I do like that. That really stands out. That pops. I like that. And I like this better than the first one, but I don't think I like it as well as the green. It's got a pretty aggressive tread on it, which I don't necessarily need. So let's go with the green. Hopefully that was your choice too. Oh, whoops. That's a steel rim. I thought this was aluminum. Let me go. Do I care? Let me go see if I can find the front aluminum rim. Okay, I did find the mate to the rear wheel. It's got these retainer things on it, which this fork doesn't have the nubs for it to hook on, but I don't want to mess with taking them off and having to put a washer in there. So we're just going to leave them on there. Okay, one down. And that makes two. Now for chainring options. Let's see. Yeah, that just doesn't do it. We've got this Shimano Crankset. No, I'll make it a 1x, so I'll, if possible, I'll take some of these chain rings off. Also got this, which appears to be a bio paste. It's chain rings are oval or oblong. That might be interesting. Maybe we'll see if we can use this one. Man, look how wonky that is. I've had biopaste before. I don't think this is actually biopaste. It says Dual Tech. We'll fuss with the derailleur later. Let's get some brakes on here. I think I'm gonna stick with these handlebars that came with it. So now to find a stem. I just realized all this time I had these handlebar and stem that I took off another bike. Handlebars are the same as what I'm using, and the stem would have fit. I already had brake levers. Oh. Screwed that up. You'd think I worked at Walmart in the bike assembling department. I'd be lying if I said that was the first time I've done that. I like these better, but And for grips, I think we'll go with these. Oh. Why didn't you tell me? Forgot the shifter. I think my pedal choices are just these plastic flat platform pedals, or these bear claw or bear trap, whatever they're called. I think we'll go with these. Okay, up next, saddle. Brooks. Whatever this is. And John Deere saddle. Or another Brooks. Another Brooks. This thing. Like that. I think we'll go with this. I'd like to put a basket on the bike, but one thing that's stopping me is the fork doesn't have a place to mount these braces, and I don't want to put them on the quick release axle. So I think I'm going to swap axles between the two wheels. The axle swap is done. We've now got a solid axle in here that I can mount the basket to. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna put it down on the ground so I can level out the basket, and then I'll tighten up these brackets. And I think we'll be good to go. Take it for a test drive. And there it is. A couple things I did after first building it up. I added this bell and compass. I switched out the friction shifter. The other one, I guess, didn't have enough pull. I wasn't able to get all 7 of the gears. And I put on a kickstand. Let's see, put on a water bottle cage. So to recap, we've got a Univega frame, a Rover 5, a fork that I had, because the original fork was bent. Put on an aluminum 7-speed wheel set. The green tires are Phoenix, F-E-N-I-X brand with a brick tread. Brooks B66 saddle. The handlebars and stem I had off of another bike. Some colorful grips. Caliper brakes front and back. And the crankset was a triple, and I removed the smallest ring. And it's I don't know if that's Sun Tour, XCM Oval Tech. Bear trap pedals. And the basket. I thought I was going to paint the fork either to match the bike or black, but I'm really kind of liking it the way it is, and I'll probably just leave it. Here's some beauties, yeah. Well, it goes, it stops, and I think it looks cool.
And that's about all I asked for in a bicycle. So I think this one gets a thumbs up.